Hey guys, welcome back. First video of 2025. We're at the St. Mary's Church, which is in Upper Swan Valley here in Perth. Just having a little tour here of this graveyard that the church is attached to. So just having a little walk around, and conveniently we have a house in the background there, but yeah, I've never been here before, and just have a little tour. So it's quite hot today. It's about 36 degrees Celsius. There's a lot of empty land, a lot of empty spaces here, but I believe there might be plots here that are just not identified, because there's a lot of places here that are, like, you can see the empty parts. So, but we can see the old ironworks here. So the old railing that was very common back in the 1800s, 1900s. They would use this bar, this style to mark off where the grave is. So it's quite interesting to see. I was reading this before, so if you guys want to pause and read it there, and just pause there as well. It's quite interesting that this person was actually suffering leading up to their death. So it gives you a little story of what had happened to this person. Well, there's actually, looks like there's one, two, yeah, looks like there's two people. So there's three people in here. There's three people in this gravesite here. So they were both suffering. The two people were suffering, because you see at the bottom there, it tells you, no pen can write, no tongue can tell what we went through when he was ill. To God alone his reign was known. What does it say? His pain was known, sorry. He fought it best and took him home. So obviously this person was suffering when they were dying, unfortunately. But some graves you can't really read. This one you can. Not sure if the camera's picking it up too well, but yeah, it's quite interesting. So this one has Taylor, so I'm guessing that's the last name. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 people inside here. A family plot. So our recent one here is 2008 has died, 1991, 1980, and then the two rear ones are the oldest ones. So we have 1938 they died, and this person died in 1935. So I like reading the little poems I have there. It's quite interesting. So it's not a big cemetery. It's just, as I said, it's just part of the church on the side here. So the church is it's an interesting building. It's weathered on the roof. You see the paint's peeling. They have redone this sheeting on this side of the alfresco area there in the front bit. The roof's been replaced, but looks like most of it's original. Now this one's, the headstone is missing, like the top part. We do have a grave here. Now, you guys can see the size difference. I think this person was smaller, like maybe a child, but it doesn't say anything. So this person here was 84. They died in 1948. But look at the size difference. So I could be wrong, but it seems like that this person here was possibly a child. Now, obviously the steel here, I'm not sure what's happened here. It's all warped with time. It's broken off here. It's snapped long ago. You can see it's quite rusted. So we'll just stand here and try and get the camera to read what it says. 1889, it looks like the person had passed away. And then the railing in the background for the two graves that's just sitting there. But we've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4 people on that one, and the one on that one. So there's 5 people in there as well. Now, I don't know when this tree was planted, but it looks like the tree was protecting because you can read that quite clearly, but then this one you can't. I'm not sure when this tree was here though, so it's quite overgrown. And we'll come back to these ones. So again, they're using concrete now as the... Oh, we got some steel barrier there that someone's put there. But you see now we're changing to concrete now instead of the steel iron, so... But we'll just give you an overview of the place. Yeah, it's quite an interesting little peaceful place to be. Now when I came in here, there was a sign when I was driving the vehicle through and it said private property. But on the tourist attractions, you can see this place on the map, so I wasn't sure, but nonetheless, I've been here for a while and no one's come out, so I'm sure people know that I'm here. And we've got some tinsel just on these two here. Oh, three. So obviously family has come here. So, yeah, it's quite an interesting place. So we've got chain link. So that's unusual. I've never seen chain link before. It's normally the bars, like I was saying before. That's the original paint, it looks like. So, but yeah, they're quite damaged now. These are quite old. But yeah, I've never seen chain. Yeah, never seen chain link used before. It's interesting. Died in 1956 and 1931. Herne Hill sub-branch. Herne Hill is a suburb nearby, so most of these are all local people that have passed. There's a view of the church as well. Yeah, a lot to look at. As I said, it's quite warm today, so it's in the sun. I get a little close-up look at the church now, so try and get close up to it. It's all closed up for today, so they still use this church, so they had their Sunday morning mass, but yeah, it's all closed for today. But we'll just do a little tour. So what I was saying before is that you see the new sheeting compared to the old one. The paint's all peeling. That one's new, the sheet. The roof sheet I'm talking about. And we got some more graves over here on the left, and in front, and on the right. Yeah, there's quite a few here. It's not a big site, like I said, but there's a few here. So I've noticed around the 1950 era is when they're using the concrete instead of the steel. Like for an example, if we look at this one with the lavender on it, you can see the steel. And if it's dated correctly, if I'm right, yeah, it says 1921. So in the 1900s, early 1900s, late 1800s, the iron bars were quite common, like I've said. And then it looks like in the late 1940s onwards, they used the concrete surround. That's what I've noticed anyway. So like if we go to this one, we got the iron bar once again. I'm just careful, I'm just stepping here, but if we go to this one, oh, that one's broken. This one I can't read. Or are we behind it? Let me just get the camera. Yeah, so it says 1884. They're using the steel bar. So just noticed that anyway. So. And now we're going to 1960s, 1930s, so family of, yeah, we got quite a new one there in the background. Quite a modern one there, 2011, so it's fairly new compared to these ones. Get back to one. But yeah, and we got the steel. They just use piping for that one. See the pipe, it's got the thread on there. So they just used pipe for that. 1881, 1843. So we're going back a ways now. So 1868, so that's getting old. And then we're back to the side of it. The old church bell at the top there. It's got electricity. Like I said, it's not abandoned, so they do use it. Got some cracking in the brickwork. Severe cracking, actually. It's going right through. Straight down from there. It's a bit of a worry, I guess, but they still use it, so must be okay. And we have this one in the front. This person must be very important. There's a grave just under here. So, Alright guys, well that'll wrap up for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, something a little different. I have featured an abandoned church before, but don't really go to churches much, so it's good to see something a little different. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.